Hey y'all! Welcome back to the house on Avery Road. Now, since wintertime is coming up, there's going to be a lot of videos that's going to be done inside. And today, well tonight, one of those videos, I've been watching a lot of people do bone broth, like beef bone broth, and duck bone broth, and lamb bone broth, a lot of bone broths. Now, we have made chicken stock and chicken broth here for a long time. This is a chicken broth that we made. Now, we used to take this before I got the canner, and we used to freeze it in the freezer. But now, I've gotten where we're canning it since I got the pressure canner. So tonight, I'm going to do my very first go at beef bone broth. So what I did, I went to the store, Kroger, and I was looking for bones. So I talked to the butcher, and he said, well, we only get bones in occasionally. He said, but we will definitely keep them for you when we have them. So I've been collecting beef bones to make bone broth. So this is what I've got. Now, these ones here, these ones come packaged. This is a marrow bone, and it's got the wonderful marrow right in the middle of it right there. So we're going to do some bone broth. Now, these, the ones that I've been collecting, and I've got more out in the freezer, these are T-bone bones, which are perfect. These bones, the good thing about that, they only charge me 69 cents a pound for these bones. This is some more, this looks like rib bones, but it's got the in the middle, all that stuff in the middle. So this is going to make, I hope, this is going to make some wonderful bone broth. And y'all going to come along with us to make this broth. So what I'm going to do first is wipe my hands, because I got meat hands. So what I'm going to do first, I've got my oven preheated to 450, and I'm going to put some oil on this baking sheet, and I'm going to roast these bones at 450 for, most videos that I've seen say about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, until they get a good color on them. Let's talk about bone broth for a minute. There's a lot of good health benefits to bone broth, and I've always known that. I'm probably going to have to stack some of these, but it'll be okay. We'll roast them good. I may have to turn them and roast them more. Gosh, that's a big one. Whoo, like that. But there's a lot of nutrients in the bones that you don't get from meat. When you eat meat, you know, meat has nutrients, protein and things like that. But there's a lot of stuff inside the bones, nutrient-wise, that you can get from bone broth. Collagen is one of them. The collagen is good for digestive health. It lines, it coats your stomach. It's good for joints. So there's a lot of good things that can come from bone broth. And this is, like I say, this is the first time I'm making a beef bone broth, but I've made chicken broth and chicken stock a lot. So right now what I'm going to do is take these bones, put them in the oven, and we're going to roast them for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I may have to flip them, who knows. And then we're going to put them in a crock pot, and that crock pot is going to go for about 36 hours. I'm just going to leave it there, let it do wonderful things. And we'll talk about that more in just a few minutes whenever I take these bones out of the oven and put them into the crock pot. Okay, while these were in the oven roasting and everything, I was straightening up the kitchen, and I went and got the crock pot. The crock pot's what I'm going to do this in, because we both have to work, and I didn't want to leave the stove on because I've got a cat, 2 dogs. So the crock pot's what it's going to be to make this bone broth. But I was sitting there thinking when I was looking at it, and you could actually begin to smell it, that like all the minerals and the nutrients and everything is just going to cook out of these bones into the water and make a... I've always loved chicken broth anyway, and chicken stock. And this is the first time making, like I said before, this is the first time making bone broth. So look how these roasted up. Look how dark they got. Gorgeous. I actually want to eat some of that. I love beef. Anyway, let's not eat the beef. pull this off and I'm gonna put these bones into the crock pot. Now tonight, I'm not gonna put like a lot of aromatics and stuff in. Tonight, I'm just gonna put water. And for the next 24 hours, I'm just gonna let the water do what it's gonna do. Now tomorrow night, when I come home, I'm loving that marrow bone right there, loving it. Tomorrow night when I come home, I'm gonna go ahead and put some aromatics in it, like bay leaf, some thyme, onion, carrot, celery, because I heard a tip. That said if you put those things in like the last 12 hours, that they really shine in your finished product. So that's what we're gonna try. I trust him, I believe him, so that's what we're gonna do. But right now I'm just gonna get these bones. I'm sorry y'all, I got to eat this. That is a piece of filet stuck to that bone. And I'm fat. I got to eat it. God, that's good. Anyway, get these bones in here and fill this up with water to make a gorgeous bone broth. All right, that's that. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff on here. Mark, just add the water, okay? So we're gonna turn on the water. Fill this up with water. And I'm gonna put it on here, and it's gonna go for the next 24 hours. And after 24 hours, I'll come back and show you what it looks like, and I'll tell you what it smells like. 24 hours. And y'all, this is my pajamas, so that's why I've got on the same shirt. I've went ahead and pulled off this much fat. You want to try to get as much fat off of it as you possibly can. At least I do, because I don't like that. Because it coats your mouth, right? So I just don't like it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull this lid off. And I'm going to add my aromatics. I went out to the garden and I got some thyme. I got the celery I got from the store. But the celery, carrots, onion, rosemary, right there. So right now I'm putting all this in. I'm putting the onion in, and I'm leaving the skin on the onion because when the onion cooks down, the skins give a great color to the broth, right? Now for the last 24 hours, it's been on low, but right now I'm gonna cut it up to high. Let it do on high till I go to bed. That's probably gonna be about 3.5, 4 more hours from now. Then I'll cut it down to low, and in the morning we're gonna strain all this off. So we'll bring y'all back then, but I am going to top this up with some water right now. All right, good morning. How's everybody? Okay, continuing on. I have just taken all the bones out of this stock, all the aromatics that I put in last night, taken all those out. Now I've got to strain this through a sieve to get all the big chunky bits out. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Here we go. Y'all, this smells amazing. It smells so good. You can almost drink it. And today, I've got to get this canned because I am going today, I'm leaving today, and I'm driving to the Stivers Homestead a little bit later on today. And we're going to spend the next 3 days with the Stivers. We're going to go to the Stivers meetup. It's going to be so much fun. Hope to see some of y'all there. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do, that I've got it strained through, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes so that the fat can come to the top. Because you know, last night I took off that whole pint of fat, but there's more fat on here, and I really want to get that off. Because when you can fat, if there's a lot of fat left on your broth or something like that, and you pressure can it and you put it on your shelf, the fat itself can go rancid. So we don't really want that. So I'm going to try to get all the fat off this as I can. Okay, y'all, let's talk about what we got now. I've got to get on the road. I've got clean, hot jars right here. I've got my hot broth. This just almost came up to a bubble, and I turned it off so it's good and hot. I've got my white vinegar here because I'm going to have to mix up a little white vinegar and water to wipe the rims. I have got my bands here, and I've got some brand new, fresh, clean lids. So I'm going to get to doing this. And unfortunately, we haven't got time to talk about canning today, but I'm going to pressure can these. My altitude says 15 minutes, or I'm sorry, 15 pounds of pressure for 20 minutes on pints, 25 on quarts. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get all this done. We're going to come back and we're going to show you the finished thing. And we'll talk about canning another time. There's lots of great videos on canning out there because I've got to go to the Stivers. I've got to drive to Kentucky. And a storm's coming in. Oh, no. All right, well, it is time to wrap up this video. I'm so sorry that I hadn't got the finished product to show y'all. But I am right now at the Stivers Homestead. And we're getting ready to start the day and go out. Zach and Jen have cooked a magnificent breakfast. It was awesome. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, if you will please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment box. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. And we're going to get this day started. I'm going to go out here and look at T-Bird. Bye, y'all.